client requirement, the doing the project, all the phases, and at last the testing part. So as per our plan, what we are doing is we need to get data from the SAP ECC environment. Suppose this is my SAP ECC environment. We need to get all the sales data into the HANA database. So this is my HANA database. We need to get certain schema and we store all the data as a table format here. And once we got data in our schema, we need to generate the modeling, like creating a analytical view. It may be a calculation view. The different views for different requirement. If we find any complex, then we write some complex SQL queries to resolve those parts. Then we'll maintain certain security concept on this project as per requirement. Once we're done, we need to transport to this part, and the reporting part will be taken on BO side, which is business object, which is reporting part. So under this BO, we are creating a report which connecting with the SAP HANA. We need to create certain UDT, Universal Design Tool. We'll also use IDT, Information Design Tool. Then the reporting, the basic report will be generating on BI. We'll use the dashboard environment. We'll use a certain design studio, and if possible Lumira. And ultimate goal is the client will view the report in a mobile phone, so we'll switch that part to the mobile iPad, iPhone, if possible Android devices, or desktop browser. This is what ultimate goal. So we'll just connect all this part. So we getting data from here. So while getting data into HANA, we'll use the two different scenarios. One, we will use SLT part. We'll also use the BODS part. The BODS part, it's a ETL tool. If you want to extract your data from a different environment, and if you want to do some certain changes to a source system, so we'll use the BODS. So BODS will acting as a ETL tool. So we can change your source system and we can load the data to a target environment. So that we use the BODS part, and we schedule them. It will load data every day in the regular process. So here we'll choose all the transaction data as well as the master data of SD sales part with the customer sales information part, all the stuff. And here we are creating a certain models, the different types of packages, views, all the stuff. And we'll also learning, once you've done your project, how we move to the production, then how the BO report will be connecting to the HANA system. So we'll connect to HANA also, BO. So BO will integrate with the HANA in order to bring the data. So we'll connect through UDT or IDT. We'll get a relation connection. So once you establish a connection, we can import the tables, the views from the SAP HANA side. And the report will be generating on the BI dashboard. It may be a design studio, it can be Lumira, depends on the requirement, depends on the things. And we need to publish them as an iPad, iPhone, Android, desktop browser. So the client can view the report easily on the different bases. So based on this one, I have certain documentation created here. So this shows the complete documentations. We have the document sign off, the technical specification, CE function what we are using, SQL queries, BODS data flows, the standard replication process and smart access reporting part. There are different types of reports we'll use, all those things. So we'll fill all these things while doing the project. So we'll do the names of the participant who are doing this project, the title. We'll mention the dates. We'll do a signing off for each and every the task which we are doing. We'll write author name. This we need to fill everyday cases. And there's a flow diagram of a project. We'll bring the data from this the different system to the HANA system for plant, and we'll generate report. This is just a normal DB connection will establish, and we'll get the data here. This is the field names. Anyways, the SD part will take care by the Priyanka, so she inform you the details of entire SD, out this SD, and we're gonna collect the data from the SAP CC. So about the plan, guys. So do you have any queries on this plan? So till now. So are you okay with this plan? Okay. So we'll need to follow entire the documentation. What we have in the document, the same thing we need to follow in the system. We'll see each and everything. Like we just see the document and we just do the practical. That's all. This shows R&D point. We need to just give some the introduction part, the scope, the solutions what we are doing, and including this, I'll share that said also. Environment, so we'll get data from there. So in BODS, we just follow certain environment, connections, certain naming convention. By no issues, there's some environment. We'll see the later on the BO part. So meanwhile, the Priyanka will gonna help you out in the sales data. What we need to bring the data and what is sales requirement. Okay. So Priyanka, can you handle this part?
Yeah. So I just need to give an overview of sales and distribution to everyone.
Yeah.
Yes, and then we will give you that. But Raju, you have to give her the requirement document, so that way she knows what she has to explain. Yeah, Priyanka, just give them the sales and distribution overview. Okay, please let me switch your presenter.
Okay.
Okay, Raju. Meanwhile, you can get the sales and distribution requirements, so that way you can explain. So wherever she needs, she can explain. Okay, Priyanka, you are the.
Can you see my screen? Yeah. Can you see my screen?
Yes, Priyanka, yes.
Okay. Yeah, so as far as from the sales and distribution point of view, from the name itself, it's related to the sales and distribution of the products. So main important overview things which we need to know from the sales perspective is like, first we have to create a sales order. Then from sales order, we have to, it links from sales order, here is a connecting point to material management, because once the sales order is generated, then we have to check the inventory, whether the material is there or not. So here one connection to MM for inventory checkup. Then we check the date. If the material is immediately available, we set up the delivery date. And then if material is will be available on a later date, we produce the delivery document for a later date. Once the date for the delivery is set, then the delivery document is generated and then the goods are picked up. This is called PGI. Here again, we have a link to the material management. Once the goods is picked up, this delivery document is closed there, and material management portion over there, it's again the inventory is updated that the goods have been picked up. Final thing in sales is the billing document. Here we are connected to the FI part, so the account receivables is updated from the FI part for this particular thing. So the whole SD from the sales order to billing process, we are connected to MM till the PGI, and from PGI, after the PGI, it's connected to the accounts receivable, which is the finance section of the SD. So if I have the requirement for this project, then I'll be able to explain things more easily. But this is the process which we follow in the sales and distribution thing.
Can you just give walkthrough on the system, right, on the SD side, just like where is SD? Because some people never opened that, right?
Yeah. Okay, this is the sales order. This is the sales order screen. This is the first step for creating the sales order. But before creating the sales order, there are few settings which we have to do, and that's related to the partner types. Like the partner types are the people responsible to which we are selling the products. So there are 4 kinds of partners: sold to party, ship to party, bill to party, and all those things. So those things we will be defining in our customer data. So that is a master data, and the information we will be getting it in this order type. We'll be pulling that record from the customer master. So if Sami, do you know any organizational data here? Do you have any idea for that?
Not yet. You have to check,
Okay.
Otherwise,
let's take the standard one if that works.
Yeah, standard things works. Okay.
So this is order type is OR. This is the basic sales order type given by SAP, and it is the standard thing which we use in the system. But when we do the actual implementation, we do never touch the original OR. We create a copy from this, and we use those things in our project, in the actual real live implementation. These are the various order types. We just choose the order types on the basis of the requirement, what we are handling. If we are creating a standard order, then the order type for the standard order is OR, which I just entered here. These are the different things. If there are various things in the sales module, like the consignment order and all those things, so the order type will be basis on those things. So this is the standard order right now I'm choosing, and it's OR. Okay, now see, here I was telling you about these are the business partners, sold to party and shipped to party. These two options are given by SAP because sometimes the customer in which reference the sales order is being created is different, and they want us to ship to a different location. So for the same customer, we have two different customer numbers. One will be referring to the sold to party, to the actual customer in reference to which the sales order is generated, and the same customer where it has requested for the shipping to be done. So I'll search for a standard. Yeah, let's see. US works. Let me put the same thing. Hopefully it works. These are the various, these things are, we'll check the required delivery date. By default, the system takes whatever we have defined for that particular sold to party or the material which we are entering, but we can change these date as per if we want to change it. The delivery block is if we want to put something like, okay, if there is a change in quantity, or if we want until there is a problem with this customer, we'll create the sales order, but we'll put a delivery block, and these blocks will put the authorization for those particular conditions. If those conditions are met, then the delivery block is removed and the delivery will be done. Same goes with the billing block. The payment terms are like the standard, how we have made the payment terms with this particular customer. So that we'll be entering it here. Usually it's how the agreement is done, but just for this timing, I'll just enter the standard one. Okay. No customer master records. This sold to party is not existing. So means this is how I generate a sales order. This is the screen. We have to enter the sold to party. After this, once you enter the order quantity and everything, and if all the details on this screen is matched, we can save the data and sales order is created. Once the sales order is created, then we can go for the delivery document. Let me see if I have any old sales order which I can put in. So transaction code for this, which we are using on this screen, is VA01. And to create a standard order, and if I need to see or do any changes, the transaction code is VA02. Sold to part. Okay, sales organization 10. See, for this is the sold to party, shipped to party. This particular document has been created with respect to a purchase order. you can create a sales order with reference to a purchase order or without a reference. It's not a mandatory thing unless the client wants sales order to be created with reference to a purchase order only. Payment terms decided is ZB01. For this, the standard practice which we use in real time scenario is start any customized changes with Z. If it starts with Z, that means it's a customized document. So here the payment terms which we are using for this particular customer is a customized one that is specific to this particular sold to party. This is the material, this is the order quantity. Yeah, and if we want, we can go to the item overview and check. These are the things. This is the item category. All these products which we are creating has a different item category. Everything which you are seeing on this screen is maintained in the material master. Material master will excuse me, will tell you there we can for a particular material which item category it belongs to. Like if it's a finished product, then it will go to the item category of a finished product. If it's a raw product, it will go for the item category of a raw product. Over there we can also specify whether the item is in kg or however the weight is, whichever thing you want to do with that. If how is it? It can be ordered in pieces, kgs, whatever. All those things we can do there. Now for this particular document, let's see if there is a delivery created.
And where this data is created, that is in Mara?
No, it's the material master. Yes, the material master, all this thing is created in Mara. Means it is updated in Mara. Once you create the material master, over there it is there in Mara. But that is the department. MM guys create all the materials and they specify everything related to material master in Mara.
Because these are the BI people, so they know only the table's name.
Oh yeah.
Mara is that, so you can explain, where the master data.
Yeah, so for material, the master data for that is table name is Mara. For customer, it's a KNA1. There is no document created. Okay, let's see. 5455. Is there a document? /NBL. Okay, after this is created, we have to create a delivery. Now delivery is always created with respect to a sales order. We have, so the transaction code for that is VL01 and it should always be created with reference to a sales order. Is it slow? Not working?
Just wait. I think it's working,
Okay.
Okay, look in the footer, it's working. Right?
Yeah, so basically when we are talking about SAP SD, the key components from the SD perspective will be customer data, vendor data. We need the vendor information also so that we know from where the goods are coming. then how the material is shipped, sales activity like sales order, delivery document, billing, transportation, how the products, what will be the mode of transportation, see the shipping portion here, and credit management. That is one of the most important thing from the SD perspective, because that is something related to your customer. So we have, that is a key component when you, because we are shipping out the goods. So how the credit is for particular customer, on that basis the payment terms is designed, and how the contracts have been made. On all these things the delivery is decided. Once the delivery is done, the final step is the billing document.
Priyanka, if you more explain, like, the customer data is going KN1 material, that way every, these people know, because they are all from BI background, they only extract the data.
Oh, okay. So like if I see like the master data, which from the SD perspective are like customer master data, material master data, and the pricing data. So pricing is also considered as the master data from the SD perspective. So for the key tables which we are dealing with in customer master will be KNA1, which includes the general information about the customer, and then we have what you call KNB1, which has the information about company code, KNVV, which is related to your sales area, which has the information about your all the organizational data and everything. Your bank data will be stored in KNBK, and the partner functions like the sold to party, shipped to party, which I just told you, will be stored in like KNVP. So these are few important tables from SD perspective related to the customer master. And similarly the transactions code, which we'll be putting here to navigate in all these screens, will be like XD01, 02, 03 for creating the customer centrally. Then for sales area, we'll be using VD01. For creating a company code data, we'll be using FD01. All these things we'll be putting here, like if I put XD01, for example, here I just need to I don't need to give the customer number. I'll just need to put the company code under which I need to create the customer, and just take here, put all the sales area data, and take here, I'll go to the customer and I'll create a customer master. Then
you can use standard, this is a training system, you can use the standard one.
Yeah, so do you want me to create a customer master?
I think sure, just create only one entry.
Okay, XD01. See, I'm using the transaction code XD01 to create a customer master, and company code, let's see what will be company code. Let's take the standard one. See, the sales area, this is sales organization, distribution channel, division, it all comes under the company code. Okay, account group. Okay, yeah, this is the important thing. So like the customer which we are creating, what you want it to be, sold to party, bill to party, whatever, how you want to be, or it's consumer, like the customer can be any of these things. So let's pick sold to party. It's not assigned. Okay. If we are getting all these errors, then we have to go in the customization part and fix this thing, because there is some setting missing in the customization, that's why we are getting all these errors. Let's take one-time customer. Let's see if, oh, there was it. Okay, yeah, sold to party. Let's take this one. Okay, this is not there. If it is there. This is
Sorry, Priyanka, you can continue because we didn't set up this, you know.
yeah, that's why I was getting those errors because
Yeah, fine, no problem, yes.
okay, fine. So this is, in this screen I create a customer, that is my partner. So I can specify whether my customer is sold to party, shipped to party, or it's billed to party or payer, or all of it, how it is defined. So I can do it here. Similarly, I create all my things like vendor, my customer partner and vendor partner here. So that is how you create. Then we have to create a material stock. For that, the transaction code would be MB1C. In this, we have to use different movement types. So the movement types are like, it's created just with the reference. So basically, we use 561 like with to receive goods. That is the thing. Where is 561? Yeah. See. This is unrestricted. So basically, for test purpose, we use 561. If we want to create receive goods with reference to a purchase order, then it will be 501. Let's go, where is 501? Yeah. This is without purchase order, so we can use this one. We can specify which plant we want this product, this particular material to come in. It says PLNT. Let's try if it works here. Okay, this is not. So from this screen, I can do the material stock, how to stock up the material for the test purpose. But this is usually done from the material management side. So MM people have more access for this one. You can create, for the test purpose, we can create materials using transaction code MM01. Here I can create a material. Here I can give the industry sector, means which sector this material is coming from, related to what is the material type, if it's a device, if it's a finished product, if it's food related item, if it's drink, whatever, I can give it here and I can create it. Or I can, if there is a standard material which I have already created, I can copy it from here. Like there are few standard material given from the SAP side. These are all the created one. These are not the standard one. We can copy it from there and just create the material from using this transaction code. Let me see if there is any material available so that I can. Okay, here I can select what all things I want to check in the material. So basically I will select all. So this will, in this view I can see all the details related to this material 2465. This is the material. It was created with reference to this material. This 2465 is a finished product. The unit for measure is each, so it will be done in pieces. Not much of the information here. So basic, these are the various tabs which gives us different information about a particular product. If it's filled, then yeah, so here we can fill out all the information for the material. So basically the things which we are, basic data 1 and basic data 2 gives you all the details, like what is details about the material, what is the base unit of measure, which division this particular material belongs to, what is the material group. The material group is like which section it belongs to, like if it's from electronic part, mechanics part, so that particular thing we can all describe here. Now in sales organization, oh, this doesn't have the sales organization tab. There is one more thing here, like this doesn't have that information, but there is another, let me see if I can get another material table, because there is another tab here, just like we are seeing WM packaging, the sales organization tab. Over there we can get to know what is the item category for this particular or any other material. Yeah, this has. Oh, I need to have the plant also. Okay. Okay. This is the this all comes from the MM part. How the item is defined. So all this thing is coming from the standard tables. If it's normal or if we want to change, we can just, while creating, we can just do it. If it's some, just like let's take an example. If I am running a food industry, right? So if I'm ordering a pizza, like pizza is my material, so it will be under make to order category. So in that case, the item category here will be 001 because it's make to order. Whenever the order comes in, I have to make it. So this is the item category. So whenever pizza is there, the item category will 001. The system will know, okay, now the order has been come. Now we have to create it. So this is the general item category group. This is important when we are creating the sales order. This information general plant contains, like, this is the availability check which we run while creating the delivery document to check whether the material is available or not. So here we can define whether we need to check it daily or whenever a sales order is created, how we have to do the availability check. We can define the group here. We can define the that setting is right done here. So this is related to the material, and next that then we have to, like, it's the, let's create. Anyone has any question till now?
Priyanka, they are not from the functional side, so they don't ask too much. But at the end, you can explain, open the Mara table and KNA1 table, and so that way you can show them, what are these fields. Okay, whatever we are creating here, sales order or purchase order, so these are data saved there. That you can even show from ECC side. Either you already have in BODS, right? That you can show from there. So basically, hi guys, basically what we are going to explain, what we want to show here, these are the OLTP system, transactional system. Transactional system meant for capturing the information, right? So when they capture the information, they save the information in different tables like MARA, KNA1, you use TZ05, you use TZ05T, okay, you use C1 idea, C2 idea. So how we capture the data, that's basically we are giving you the introduction. Okay, and after that we will discuss the requirement. You know, in the next class we will discuss the project requirement related to SD. Okay, so whenever you are in any project, you have the functional consultant, so you don't have to worry about this, right? There are the functional consultant who take care of this. So Priyanka, you can explain as much you want, as much you can, right?
Yeah, let's see if I can find a delivery. Like this is the basically like how the sales portion is related to SD is related to material management as well as the financial side of SD. So let's see if I can find a delivery document so that we can complete like one cycle how it runs. This is a delivery document. See, this is the delivery document, which is the ship to party here is 1004. This is the delivery document number. It contains all the information, and most of the information comes from the sales order which we are generating. Sometimes most of the times the delivery is created with respect to sales order, but if business demands or if there is a scenario which is in my real time experience right now, I haven't come to any scenario, but still there is a chance sometimes you have to create a delivery without referring to a sales order. So that also we can do. So this is the thing here. Once the delivery is created, then once the delivery date is there, this is the post good issue. This is called PGI. Until unless we do the PGI, the delivery is not completed. Once we do the PGI, then only we can generate a billing document. For generating a billing document, this is the transaction VF01. Here we can create a billing document with reference to, if you want, the delivery means the sequence will be the sales order, delivery document and billing document. And then once the billing document is created, then it is posted to the accounting. Once it's posted to accounting, then from there all the portion goes to the FI. So the settings made by the FI consultants, then this document will it behaves as the settings are done by the FI consultants. This is simple SD cycle from order creation to billing document creation. All the settings which you are seeing here, this is how the end user does. End user creates a sales order, generates a delivery document and billing document. For the settings, we do settings in this. This is the customization screen. As a consultant, we do all the settings in this SPRO. So this is the enterprise structure. Here I define all my company code, sales organization. So for financial guys will define the company code, company, credit area. Once they are done with that, then we can create a sales in the sales and distribution. We can create the sales organization with reference to the company code and everything. Create the distribution channel. If we want to create sales office, sales group, If the business demands that, we can create everything here. Once we have created with the topmost layer, then we can go in the individual thing. Excuse me. Then we can come here. This is the actual portion where we do the settings. The settings for which, like /OXT01. This is the customer create screen, but for the setting for this customer create screen, how it will be behaving will be done here. /ISPRO. This is where we create our master data. We'll create the distribution channel. We'll create our business partners. How we want to define the business partner. We create our own customized customer groups. Here in this particular thing, we save it, we do it, same goes. We create various delivery points. What are the receiving hours defined by the customer here? Billing document, the terms of payment, we define the, if we are using standard, good enough. Otherwise, we copy from the standard and make changes, or else we can create a total new term of payment here by putting whatever terms we have decided on as per the requirement with the client. This is the sales. Here we create all the sales document which are defined, needed by the customer, our requirement. Like if I have a plain simple sales thing, so I'll just use a sales order, standard order. So I'll be just using the standard document type. We'll create the number range, like for my business, for this particular order, for OR, let's say the number range will be 1000 to 9999. For quotation, for inquiry, the number range will run from so and so number. This is the sales order type. Here we maintain, we do all the changes. We define number ranges here. The interval, we set those intervals here in the sales order. So this is the header information for particular sales, all the sales order. Okay, wait, I'll show you one more thing here. Let's go to the standard order. This is the standard order. The number range assigned is this one, 01. 02, we have already created the number in the interval. I just showed there will create the number range and then we'll come back and assign the number ranges here. Then the credit check, for this particular, how the credit should be checked. This, do we need to run a simple check, no check, all those things we can put it here. So this is the at the header level, what all things we can control for a particular order type. Then for that particular order, now the item level means what are the item categories, which I just told you, like the item categories for this. If it's a configuration item, then we'll put the item category as configuration. So this is, here we define the item categories for the item, and then when we are creating the material master, we'll be defining all the, putting these item categories. So how that particular item will behave is defined from this particular screen. I'll do all the settings for a particular item category here, and just in the material I need to put the item category, and that particular item will behave as per the settings I have done in these settings which we are seeing right now. These are all the, if we need to put a block or something like that, so it's all business related. If you need it, we do it. Then it's billing. So all the pricing settings is put in here. The billing document type, how the conditions will be applied, the various kind of pricing condition and everything we'll do here. What are the billing types? Like we have sales order types, similarly we have the billing types. So we define billing types here and do all those settings here. If it's a cash sale, it will be the item type will be BV, and how that particular document will be behaving. We'll be setting all those settings, we'll be doing all those settings here. If sometimes while creating a billing document, sometimes we see this particular billing document is blocked for posting. That is because we have put this checkbox here to block that posting. It might be a business requirement or something, but yeah, sometimes we do get that error or a warning. So all those settings we are doing here. So basically this is all we have from the SD side. From the MM side, the plants, how the plant will be behaving, how the inventory is coming, the MM consultant will do all those settings here, how the goods movement will be done, how the inventory is gonna check. So everything is done from the MM side. How the material is evaluated, so all those things are done here. So this is basically the settings which we play around while we do the customization of a particular thing. Yes, Sammy, anything else you need me to show related to the SD?
Hi guys, actually today, this is the first session. So most of people don't know the OLTP side, right? How we generate data, the table we use in our BI, which table we extract from ECC, how they capture the information. Because all these systems are just meant for capturing the information. So she just explained. So now you know all the fields in all the tables, they have the meanings, right? And they are how they produce the data. So there are the different systems on the back end, FI, SD, MM, right? So these are the different systems. Okay, when we are getting data from these systems, right? So that way she explained how we create material, how we create customer, and how we what are the required fields for creating a customer. So basically how we generate the master data and how we generate the transactional data. I think Priyanka, now if you explain open a Mara table and KN1 table, you can just explain some columns there. Okay. Okay, how we can check tables in ECC?
Yeah, for just now as Semi said, so the transaction code for checking the tables in ECC is SE16, and then if you know the table name, you can just type in or search for it from here. So like we are checking the Mara table, which contains all the information about the material. And if you execute it, so how it will show you all the material present in this particular table. So this is material number. Okay. This, can I change the name to the standard one? This is the date when it is created. This is the material name, and so whenever we create a material, the entry for that particular material comes and sits here. Similarly, if I want to go and check the customer master, I can just put in the name. It's customer number, name. It will tell me all the customer. It will pull out the data from all the customer. What is the name, which country it belongs to, which state, what is the zip code, region, how you want to sort it, if we have put any extra information about that. So whatever over there is, it will pull out all the data from that particular. Well, now let's see. There is this customer. Let's try to find if I can /n T02. Oh shoot. Okay, wait, let me cancel this. /n SE6. Okay. Oh, create customer. No, I don't know. I want to display /oxt02. Where does it go? It's not opening new session.
No, it open. You can put /n, right?
No, new session, new window. Not on the same. If I want to open, I can open 6 simultaneously. Yeah, it
No,
is.
it's more than open. That's why there is
Yeah.
a limit, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Raju,
Yes.
are you there? Hello, Raju, are you there? Hello, Raju, are you there?
Okay, let's see if I can pull the data from this customer. 1. Okay, which company code is it? Okay, it's not showing the company code data here. Some problem here. So yeah,
Hello,
basically.
Raju, are you there? Priyanka, just 1 minute, please.
Sure.
Hi, Raj, are you there? Hello? Yeah, Priyanka, please continue. Priyanka, you can show KNA1, Mara, just some introduce some tables. And, Raj will explain the requirement related to SD. Okay, then if these guys have a question, then they will ask you. You can, if you feel something like we want to show them how we capture the information, okay?
Yes. So this is the reporting tool. That's what I was. This is all coming from this table is getting populated from the information which I am putting in this, trying to put in this screen XT02. So what I'm trying to get, but it's not coming. Let me try which.
You can use the standard one, because most of things are not created, right?
Yeah, so those actually, yeah, now I got it. Yeah. See, now this is the information which I put in while creating my customer master. I put in the name, house number, district, and all the information which I need to put in related to this particular customer. Now my table is getting populated from the entries I am making here. So here, as I said, we were looking at the KNA1 table. So KNA1 table holds the general data, which is the current screen which we are seeing here, which general data means, we can see here, see it says general data, the name of the customer, address of the customer, this thing is hold. So the KNA1 is getting populated from the general data. If I can find this particular customer here, see this one. This is the same customer which we are looking in the opened in the other screen. So B2B, so this KNA1 is populated from this table. So once I create this particular customer, so KNA1 is updated with all the general data which I provide here, which I enter here, it will be getting populated in this portion for the KNA1. Similarly, when I create material master, the general information about a particular material which contains the material number, material name, material description, the pieces of the material, it gets populated in MARA table. If I have anything financial related to this like sales area data, it's going to populate in some other table. For the item, this thing, this is the sales area data, how if we want to enter like what is the district number, which sales office it is assigned to, and all those things, we'll be populating it here and it will be getting updated in the corresponding table. The company code data, holds the information about how the transaction is done, what is the reconciliation account, this is related to your GL ledger, and all the information related to this, how the general ledger is getting updated, and all those things are based on this. So the data is getting populated as per that thing in those particular tables. So whatever changes we are doing here gets updated in the table, in the corresponding table. So like the sales area data, it gets updated in the table name is, I guess, KNBV, sales area data. Let's check KNBV. /N SC16. See, this is our customer, the organization which we put this, and there was no data apart from this. So only if there is any information, sales area data, see, sales district, order probability, and currency. Sales district, order probability is updated. Currency, let me see if it's updated or not. Maybe currency is getting updated in some other table. Similarly, if I have like the additional data, what else data I have for this? Nothing. Company code data. Yeah, for the company code data, like the account management houses, we have a different table for that. So this is one. K and B 1. See, in this I can select all the accounts. Let's select everything. Okay, leave it. Unselect. Customer number, customer company code, reconciliation account. What all information we have here for this? So whatever information we are putting in here, the account management, no payment term, is there a correspondence, insurance, no. So let's put that. It is getting populated from this particular screen. 1. This is the reconciliation account. This is my customer number. This is client. This is my sales organization. And all the other fields are blank, so none of the fields are populated. So this is how, like, when we create a master data, all the entries corresponding to that particular tab or page are populated in the corresponding tables which SAP has given to us. It will be stored in all the standard tables which are assigned to this. As the transaction is progressing, all the if the data related to that gets updated as per the transaction is getting updated. If I will make any changes in this particular transaction, it will be updating the corresponding table as per the changes I have made in these screens. Any doubts or any questions so far?
Hi guys, so basic purpose for this, okay, to jump Priyanka in as a functional consultant on the SD side, because we have to use data from SD and MM in this project. Okay, to extract, we are extracting data from SD. We will extract data from SD and MM. So before this, we want to show how MD and MM and SD produce data, how these transaction system we use to capture the information. Okay, because we will use this table from these two modules, and these two modules will feed data to our BI system. Okay, so that is the basic purpose for this exercise today. So that she explained how we generate master data, okay, how we create transactional data, and what are the different screens we use to produce this data. Okay, okay, let me check with Raj, okay? Priyanka?
Send me a quick question, Mr. Moore.
Could you repeat one more time? I was not recording that time. Okay.
We will be involved in creating these billing material and sales documents, or it's just the overview how the system works and how the data is going to extract. It's just
okay. Okay. Any project when you are working in a real-time environment, okay, you don't have to do this because you are only getting just like the data. Just like in your last project, you get like data from KNA1, okay, right. MM, okay, MAKT. Okay, T005U, T05T, and C1 idea, C2 idea. You just extract the data. But how they produce this data? That is the basic purpose of this exercise. because you guys don't know this part, right? That's why Priyanka has to jump in. She is showing how they create the sales order. She is showing how to create the purchase order. Okay, so that you don't have to be involved in this. As a BI consultant, when you will start getting data from the SD side. Okay, Priyanka, if you want, you can explain this, please.
Yes, as Sammy said, I just showed you how the data is generated from our side, how from the SD side basically, and what all the settings we do for making those data generate, and once the data is generated, which all tables are affected from SD side. As you see, like I just showed you for this particular customer, there are like 5-6 tables involved for each screen. For the general data, there was one table which was getting populated. For company code, there was another table which was getting populated. But from where the data is coming? So for that, this particular transaction like XD01 is the transaction where I create customer record. And once I fill in the information in that customer record, the tables are getting populated and all the information related to that customer is getting stored in the database in the form of those tables. So I use different tables for storing different information related to one customer. For general data, I use KNA1. For company code data, I use KNB1. For sales area, I use KNBB. So it's just because everything is highly normalized in this particular thing. So we have split it into lot many tables, and all the tables are connected with a primary key. So all those tables are getting populated as a result of the changes or additions or we are doing on the front end, which is the screen which you are seeing right here. If you do any changes or create a customer master, the corresponding tables are getting affected in the back end. Similarly, if I create a sales order, corresponding tables related to that particular sales data, material data, financial data. So all the tables related to that particular thing will be getting affected because of creating that particular document. And when we are pulling or doing the reporting, all these data from this particular table we'll be bringing the data from all these particular table as per the requirement. Like if my organization wants to generate a report related to a particular company code or a particular customer, right? He wants to know that, okay, in this particular fiscal year, this particular customer has done how many purchases from us. So for that, what we should be knowing the customer number, so that we can get from my customer data, right? So one table which I will be using for that will be my customer master. Then the sales order related to that particular customer. So all those things, sales order will be stored in some sales table with related to that particular customer. So all these tables are linked through one key, and when I'm doing reporting, I'll be using all those tables to generate my report related to whatever is the requirement. Am I clear? Does it make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions? So basically the customization part and all these screens, this thing which I do, like creating a customer, making changes to the customer, it's also not the job of a consultant. Our job is also only to do the customization so that all these screens, all these data is getting populated correctly. This is the job of the end client. They will be creating the customer master, but that customer master, every customer has a particular detail. So they will just give us the requirement, okay, I need you to create these customers with this thing, and they should have these settings. So to achieve those settings, that is the job of a consultant. But creating the end records or all those records, that is the job of the end user. We are just helping them doing the customization so that the business runs smoothly. So the things which I just showed you, like the transaction code VA01, we are not going to create the sales order. We are facilitating how to create the sales order as per the business requirement, how they want, because the sales, every sales order is different. So if they say, okay, I don't want the standard sales order, or I don't want the standard payment terms which are given by SAP, these are my requirements, this is how my business runs, can you do that? So we copy from the standard order, we do the customization there, and then we present it to the business. Then they will check, they will create a sales order, and they will tell, okay, now this is running smoothly. If there is a glitch, then they'll come back to us, no, there is a problem, it's not running smoothly. Then again we have to go and in the customization part and check what was the problem. But these screens which are actually populating the tables, that is an end user job. Creating a report is a consultant job, but generating those reports is an end user job. Hope I make some sense.
It is. So I'm just trying to get the whole concept. So the idea is to identify whatever the specific requirements. So we're going to come to these screens and identify where the actual information is.
Yes. These are the standard screens which you are seeing, right? If you want to make any changes, then we have to go back to the system.
Okay.
It's just like, let's take the example of pizza, right? The standard is like, okay, cheese pizza, fine. But if I want to say the standard is cheese pizza, dough is done like this, but I say, okay, I don't like this dough, I want to put some add cheese to that dough. What we have to do? Dough is same. Recipe for making the dough is exactly the same. Just we need to add cheese on top of it. So there will be a plugin in the configuration where we can do that, so that we can make some changes in the dough. This is, SAP has given us all these things. There are standard systems are more than sufficient to run it, but sometimes we need to achieve the customization as per the business needs. So we do those customization in the back end, and all these things which we are doing, like making the customer master and all those, that is the end thing. And table is getting populated because of what the end user is doing, and then we are trying to, if they want to generate a report based on those, we help them generate those reports as per the requirement. So for generating those reports, from where we will be getting the data, I cannot say, okay, go to this particular customer, get this thing. So that will be a difficult thing. So there must be a place where my data is storing. So my data is stored in the corresponding tables. And from those tables, I am getting data using a query, and I write those query, get that data, and generate the report as per my business. Is it okay?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Yes, Sami, anything else you need me to explain?
Yes. Hello, Priyanka. Hamna here.
Yes.
Very good and detailed presentation regarding SD. And I think if it is, that's it from your side, we can end the session. But before, I will request the participants, if you guys have any question, please ask. And also, could you please guys go through the recording, and also whatever tables Priyanka explained and whatever the screen, you guys should be very much familiar with this. Even you are not doing the customization, you are not doing the changing the screen, but you should know this, especially because we are working on SD. Any question, I will ask you guys, please go ahead and ask Priyanka, otherwise we are going to end this meeting. And in the next session, there's going to be the requirement document. He will explain Raju will explain. Priyanka was explaining very, in detail, so we don't want to interrupt her. That's why the reason we did not explain the requirement document in this meeting. Guys, if you have questions, please ask. Namesh?
No question.
She explained very well, or you didn't?
She explained very well.
Okay. Muhammad and Mukhtar, any question?
No, I don't have any questions. This is just a good overview of this. This is the first time I'm seeing SD.
Okay,
good. It was very good.
Okay, guys, then we are ending this session, and definitely we will, for the next session, we will send you the invitation and also.
When's the next session?
Next session, hopefully it's going to be on weekend, I think, or Sami is not here for the right now, but definitely we will let you know. It will be on the weekend, I think Saturday.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Should I stop sharing my screen?
Yes, Priyanka.
Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Priyanka.
Thank you, Priyanka.
Thank you, Amna.
You're welcome.
Hamna or Priyanka, if there's any questions that you may have, would you guys will share your email address so we can contact you?
The same email address, training@consultantgroup.com.
Okay.
And yeah. Okay. If you guys don't have any questions, you guys can leave because I can't end. Sami is going to come back and he's going to end the meeting.
All right. Thank you very much. Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Hi Mukhtar, hi Namesh, hi Ramna. Thank you very much. Thank you for all your guys. Now we are going to